Today I'm at the Joseph M. Katz Graduate School of Business, part of the University of Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania, USA. Back in 1964 it was the first in the world to offer a one-year MBA program, and now it's rated amongst the best in the world for graduate business programs. 46% of its students are international, and the school's alumni, over 23,000 of them, live in nearly 90 countries. Katz is known for its global perspective, world-renowned faculty and experience-based learning. With me now is Bill Valenta, Assistant Dean of MBA and Executive Programs at the Katz Graduate School of Business. Hello to you.
Hi Sarah, how are you today?
Not too bad. Now, you are known for your experience-based kind of teaching. What does that mean to you?
Experience-based learning is really a holistic approach to what we do here at the Katz School. And generally speaking, the way to think about it is our ability to mimic what students will be experiencing when they leave the program, and using in developing programs within the curriculum and in a co-curricular way, allowing them to experiment and to do things in ways that will allow them to hit the ground running once they leave the school. Think about it in terms of maybe it gives them a safe place to fail. It allows them that opportunity to extend their reach. It puts them into situations they may find uncomfortable, and practice that in a way that then makes them stronger to add immediate value when they leave the program.
Now, if we think about the perception of business education is changing, say with millennials, it's not all about profit. So how does that impact what you teach?
I think it has to. What we're seeing now with millennials are issues related to work-life balance. They're very interested in corporate social responsibility. They're interested in international experiences. And so as we're looking at our program and developing talent for our program, what we're required then to do is to take the best practices of business and then put those into our curriculum in the classroom, but also as a mechanism, as a way to talk to our recruiters about what students are telling us are important to them. Because one of the big challenges we're seeing on the corporate side from recruiters is that they're trying to find ways to retain talent. And so we have this ability not only to teach our students and to work with our students and to address those things that are important to them, but also educate our recruiters as to what those key pieces are that are going to allow them to retain the talent that is becoming more and more challenging at this point in time.
Now, what are the international opportunities for students? Because it is still a US focus that you have, isn't it?
It is. And what we're seeing in the current climate is that international students who come to our program have typically been able to have success both in the area of information systems, information technology, as well as in operations and supply chain. Those have really been areas that we have seen exceptionally strong international students come through, and we've seen that there's a desire for those students to find opportunities in the United States. What we're looking to do is to convince our international students to look even more broadly. What we know are there are tremendous opportunities globally, in Europe, across the Asia-Pacific regions, in Australia. So as we're looking at trying to grow our base of recruiters for our students, what we know is that if we can grow that base, we can attract talent, we can teach that talent, and then we can work with those recruiters to put that talent into positions globally, and they're going to add the value that these companies need to have.
Now, you've answered this a little bit, but how do you make sure that your students aren't all theory and no practical skills?
Yeah, I think that is really just a matter of what we do on the co-curricular side. I think that our faculty does a tremendous job of linking those two things together. And it's as simple as starting out a lecture of, did you happen to see the Wall Street Journal this morning? Now, what we're going to talk about today is in direct relation to that article, and that's what's happening. So that's the first place that you do it. The second place that you do it is we're very proud of what we're doing and what we've done and what we're continuing to do around professional development. Students, and what we're hearing that businesses sorely need, are students that have strong communication skills, strong presentation skills, and strong leadership skills. And so what we're doing is developing co-curricular and curricular agenda items in which we can bring students in as part of our EBL experience to get them to practice those things that they're going to need in a way that's going to add value. That's how you begin to marry those two concepts.
Well, Bill, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Well, let's now hear from Dr. Arjang Assad, who is the Henry E. Haller Jr. Dean of the Katz Graduate School of Business and the College of Business Administration. Hello to you.
Hello to you.
Now, taking a little step back, why should people come to Pittsburgh, for people who don't know the city?
Well, the city is a very vibrant environment right now, going through probably some of its best years. It has managed to come out of, the economic downturn that was associated with the steel industry by building in the technology area, the education area, and the medical area writ large. And as a result of that, gradually established itself as a center that many people want to come to for those reasons. I think especially the technology aspect is on the rise, and I expect very good things to come out of it. The city is also developing a very, I think it's somewhat nascent, but increasingly interesting entrepreneurial environment for business.
Now, how much do you partner with local but still world-class businesses, and how much does that add to the student experience?
Yeah, Pittsburgh has a mix of very established businesses that, have been there for many years as major U.S. corporations like Bank of New York Mellon and U.S. Steel, of course. And now we see sort of small firms emerging, as well as mid-sized firms. So I think what is nice about Pittsburgh is you can actually get the big business, the middle range, and the small nascent or startup businesses all at the same time.
Is it unusual to do that?
For a business school, I think it's a must. You cannot accomplish your agenda unless you have the direct tie into business. And you get updates all the time about what is changing in the world of business that you need to reflect within your school.
Now, one of the main challenges is international students not being able to stay in the US after they've done their qualification here. What are you doing about that?
Well, some of that, I think the global environment will take care of some of that, in that increasingly there are opportunities with multinational firms for people who have an American-style MBA, let's say our type of MBA at Katz, to go outside the country and use those skills elsewhere. The skills that we emphasize are global in nature and therefore should make them what we call KatzReady in other countries as well.
Now, enrolment for business education is down overall, so what's the solution to that, and what do you say to people to demonstrate the value of an MBA education?
I think enrollment of domestic students in the traditional MBA program is going down. If you look at it again globally, the enrollment for business programs of all varieties is probably very much on the increase. So it's not like the market for management education is shrinking. I actually think it's growing. You just have to pick your programs right and provide the flexibility that students and future candidates require so that they're not tied into sort of a rigid program, but have all the degrees of freedom that they want to exercise, because the constraints on time and what their work schedules are like is becoming primary in their minds. And so when they pick a program, they want to make sure that it fits their schedule and their priorities.
Well, Arjang, thank you very much.
Thank you. I enjoyed your questions.